God has plans to prosper you, give you hope and a future too. So let me remind you of what you have the power to do.
You've been on a journey, trying to find your way. Like the sun, you're rising, 'cause today's your day to unlock every gift inside. Let your potential flow. Don't let anybody kill your vibe. Time to bust up and show. Gotta keep on reaching, keep believing. Act like you know you can win. Live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra. We've got wellness, church by phone. You don't even have to leave your home to be inspired. To rise a little higher with Cassandra. They said you'd never make it, but you're still here. Kept on pushing through all your doubts and fears. Never let a hater see you sweat. Remember who you are. When they go low, let them reap what they sow while you go far. Gotta keep on reaching, keep believing. Baby, shine like a star. You can win, live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra. If you got haters, they gon' hate. Keep your head up and just be great. It's your season, your winning season with Cassandra. Rise up, time to get on your grind. Go after your dreams, no time to fall behind. Push till the end and never give in. It's your winning season, get ready to win. Keep moving forward and never look back. It's time to get motivated with Cassandra Mack. You can win, live your dreams, reach your goals. Be happy, you can make it. Get motivated with Cassandra Mack. We've got wellness, church by phone. You don't even have to leave your home to be inspired. To rise a little higher with Cassandra Mack.
Ever been minding your business, just doing you? Maybe you were at work completing a task. Maybe you were at a family or social gathering, talking to a friend or a loved one. Maybe you were out in public, at a restaurant, at a show, and somebody comes up to you and says something so incredibly mean, so incredibly stupid for no good reason, so foolish that you know it doesn't even merit a conversation from you. It doesn't merit a response. They're trying to get a reaction. When this happens, if you choose to even respond, you can give them a vowel. They barely get a vowel. That's all they get. This is what we're going to be talking about today in a lighthearted way. Today's video is being brought to you by my book, Rise Above the Haters. This is a book of Bible-based strategies that will empower you to stay focused on God's good plans for you, on the hope and future God has for you, despite your haters and dream slayers who don't want to see you win. You can keep on rising and thriving. The link is in the video description box. So there was a show called Wheel of Fortune where contestants will come on the show to solve word puzzles, word problems, and they could buy a vowel, A-E-I-O-U. And in buying that vowel, they would be able to figure out what the word puzzle was, what the sentence was. And sometimes you got to treat people like they are on an episode of Wheel of Fortune and they only get a vowel card from you. Minimal communication. Because sometimes when you try to reason with a fool, you are the one who ends up stressed, frustrated, emotionally drained. You already have the cheat code. The cheat code is just give them a vowel and disengage. I want to give you the scripture that talks about the importance of not engaging a fool. It is Proverbs 23, verse 9. And it says, "Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words." That's Proverbs 23 and 9. And so one of the reasons that we are not to even speak in the hearing of a fool is because when you are dealing with a fool, and the Bible has a lot to say about fools. People get very offended when you use the term fool, but this term is in the Bible, and it's all throughout the book of Proverbs. When you are dealing with a fool, and what a fool is biblically, is someone who not only lacks knowledge, right? Because any of us can lack knowledge, but this is a person who despises knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's one thing to lack something, because none of us know everything, none of us. But it's another thing to be stuck on stupid and be arrogant and prideful about it. That's a fool. A fool is stuck on stupid, but they are arrogant and prideful about it. And they despise wisdom. This is why over explaining and repeating yourself 50,000 times does no good with a fool, because they don't want to understand. They don't want to understand. They will actually despise the fact that you are bringing them truth and wisdom. And sometimes you will come across people who will say the dumbest foolery to you. And initially, you may be tempted to react. But don't give them more than a vowel, if that. I'm going to give you some other scriptures, and then we're going to talk about the strategy I'm talking about today. Proverbs 14 and 7 says, "Stay away from a foolish man. You will gain no knowledge from his speech." They use the word man, but it means mankind. So stay away from a foolish person. You will gain no knowledge. So the reason why when you were trying to have an adult conversation with another adult, and you feel like you are going in circles, they're gaslighting you, they're playing the victim, they are guilt tripping you for something that they started, and now they want to play the victim, is because you're not going to gain any knowledge from their speech. They don't want you to gain knowledge, because the goal is to be right. Their goal is to be right even when they're wrong. And so these are some things that you want to keep in mind. Now, Proverbs 26, 4 and 5 says, "Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you yourself will be like him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he become wise in his own eyes." And so when someone is coming to you with that foolishness, with the shenanigans, with drama, chaos, confusion, turmoil, things to intentionally provoke other people, they're coming to you with folly. And we're not even supposed to answer a fool according to his folly. So when someone is asking you a stupid question, and it is designed to provoke you, and you know that and they know that, you are under no obligation to have a conversation with them. You are under no obligation to feel like you have to answer them. Let them handle it. Let them sit with their emotions. So I want us to look at some things that you can do. Number one, when they ask you a dumb question, here's how to respond without losing your sanity, because they could drive you nuts. When they ask you a dumb question, use your vowels. Use your vowels. So maybe you have someone who attacks your faith, and they're like, "Well, I just think that is so stupid that you are a believer." Don't answer that fool according to their folly. You can pray for them. Absolutely. You can pray for anybody. If you could pray for your enemies, you can pray for a fool. But Proverbs 18:2 tells us a fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only hearing himself talk. You ever met somebody like that? They just want to hear themselves talk. They take no pleasure in understanding. So give them an E. Pick your vowel. Give them a vowel card. You can write them on index cards and hold up the vowel. A-E-I-O-U. That's your choice. And sometimes Y. and then go on about your business, whatever you were doing. And they're going to think you're crazy. Like, why every time I talk to this woman, she says A, E, I, O, or U, and sometimes she says Y. Like, I never could get a full sentence or a full conversation. Something's wrong with her. Let them think that. Why do you care about their opinion? You're dealing with a fool. 2, when you know that they are coming to you, asking you a question, or making a statement intended to start drama. You're minding your business at work. You just too sensitive. You just too sensitive. And you are at work focusing on a task. Oh? Oh? Then turn and continue focusing on your task. You want to avoid foolish and ignorant disputes because they generate strife. That's 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 23. And so when someone is coming to you trying to start drama, they're trying to start foolish and ignorant disputes. They're trying to generate strife, and you ain't got time for that because you at your job to make money, not to answer a fool according to their follies. So they barely get a vowel. They barely get a vowel. They are on psychological wheel of fortune. Let them be on the hamster wheel. You're not on the hamster wheel. You're on a path, and you're on a path to success. You're on a path to fruitfulness. You're on a path to moving forward in the things that God has for you. They're the one on the hamster wheel of foolery. So let them figure it out. Just how they got to buy a vowel, and you're like, I'll take A for 200. I'll take O for 500. You give them an A. Give them a A-E-I-O-U. 3, when they want to argue, there are some people who just love to argue. They ask you a question, but it is a baiting question. It's not really a question designed to get your opinion. It is a question so that they have fuel to argue. What's your opinion about A, B, and C? And when you state your opinion, now mind you, they asked you minding your business. You are at work. Maybe you're at the family gathering. You're talking to your cousin, and another cousin comes over, and you know, because you've had enough run-ins with this cousin, so have other family members, to know that they enjoy arguing. That gives them a high. But you don't enjoy arguing. You enjoy peace. And you know that God is not the author of confusion. So perhaps they ask you a question, but you already know that that question is tied to an argument because they just get such an adrenaline rush out of that. And they're like, well, what's your opinion on so-and-so? Why? No, I'm Jessica Aston. I'm curious. Now, they're going to think you mean W-H-Y-Y, but you mean the Y, A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes Y. Why? Sometimes Y. They're like, did you hear the question? Like, your answer doesn't make sense to me. I'll take A for 200. They're going to be like, what is wrong with her? You're going to frustrate them, and they're not even going to want to talk to you. Because you don't want to throw your pearls before swine, and we did a whole video on that. And so those are three times that you want to make sure when someone is trying to get under your skin, don't even waste your words. Barely give them a vowel. Give them A for 200. Be like, you got $100? They're going to be like, what? Because I got A for you. Huh? Or you want O for $500? Or you want sometimes Y for 50? They'll be like, what are you talking about? And you just giggle and get back to work. And they're going to start talking about you. And other people on the job are going to be like, what happened? Why is Sarah so upset? Why is Bob so upset with you? I don't know. Anyway, let me get back to work. So your words are precious. See, with our words, we're either speaking life or we're speaking death. And your words are part of your focus, part of your energy. There are some people that deserve your silence. There are some people that don't deserve your words. Now, again, you can pray for them. We are to pray for those who persecute us, right? So we pray for those who persecute us. You can absolutely pray for those who try to bring us foolery. But pray doesn't mean stay. Pray doesn't mean you have to engage in the foolery. You're not required to do that. And so you stay focused on what God has for you and let them know you'll give them A for 200 and just start chuckling. So this is my lighthearted way because sometimes people try to steal your joy and you got to make your own self laugh. You got to find little reasons to chuckle throughout the day and, just keep yourself in a high vibrational space and not let anybody bring you down. So don't waste your words on a fool. And let me clarify, we are not talking about your minor children, because our children sometimes can be very foolish. But we are raising our children, and we love our children. I'm talking about your minor children, not adult children who are building their own life. But your minor children, you are charged to raise them. And when they're foolish, they need your guidance. They need your advice. They need your direction, because you are the parent and they are the minor child. So we're not talking about your children. We're talking about two grown adults. When you know that somebody is coming at you with the foolery and they have been driving you nuts, you are going to take back your sanity. You're going to take back your peace. You're going to take back your joy and let them know. You'll give them an A for 200. You'll give them an O for 50. And sometimes you'll give them a Y on a good day. You might give them a Y for $5. They could buy you lunch and they get a Y out of you. So with that being said, I want to let you know about some things we have for you outside of the YouTube videos. So if you're not a member of the Wellness Club, and we laugh a lot at the Wellness Club, we talk about serious stuff, but we laugh a lot also. The Wellness Club is where it's at. It's one of the tiers of YouTube membership where you get access to a conference call that takes place the first and third Wednesday of every month. And we focus on mental self-care, inner healing, spiritual self-care through a biblical lens. Is very therapeutic. It's a group coaching call, and it is cheaper than therapy. When you look at the price of therapy, which can be $200, $300, $400 for one session, and you look at what you're getting with the Wellness Club, the calls, and you look at the price of that, it is nothing in comparison to what you would pay for group coaching or therapy. So I want to make sure that you know about that, so that you know there's more than just the general videos, that there's more that we have to offer. So you'll see a link in the video description box. It'll take you to channel membership. When you get to channel membership, for those who are interested, make sure that you're joining at the correct tier. Some people join at the channel supporters tier, and then they wonder why they can't access the Wellness Club call. You have to join at that tier. So each tier has its own features and programming. So make sure that you're reading through what's offered in each tier, so that you're choosing the tier that comes with the features that you desire. So I also want to let you know we have a workshop coming up. September 13th is on Zoom. So no matter where you are in the world, you can attend. And the workshop is How to Test the Spirit. This is the workshop of all workshops that will help you to avoid a whole lot of foolery, that will help you to avoid a lot of drama, that'll help you to eliminate most of the drama and just negativity by learning how to test the spirit. The Bible tells us to test the spirit. So this workshop teaches, how do you test the spirit? What are you testing the spirit for and against? What are the different wicked types of spirit, and how types of wicked spirits? What are the different types of wicked spirits? And how can you quickly decipher the types of wicked spirits, so that when a person is coming to you with a hidden agenda, but they're wearing a mask, they're being fake about it, you're able to relatively quickly see through that. So you can avoid a lot of the foolery. So the link to that will be in the description box. It'll take you to the Eventbrite page where you can find out more information. And you'll see all the details. It also comes with a guidebook that is a digital download. So it is emailed to you for you to print out, download, and it can be used during the workshop and after the workshop to continue your growth. So that's the upcoming workshop. And I think I told you about the book, Rise Above the Haters. So those are some of the things we have going on. And you can always worship with us by telephone. We have a church by phone service. It's totally free, open to the public. It happens every Sunday. You can find out more by going to the ministry website, CassandraMacMinistries.com. Click on the link that says Church by Phone. From there, you can find out more information, get the telephone number and the times. So with that being said, I want to say a big thank you to those of you who support this channel and this ministry through being a channel member and through giving an offering. We could not do what we do without your generosity. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. If this ministry has been a blessing to you and it's on your heart to be a blessing in return, we invite you to become a friend of the ministry by making a donation of any amount. You go to our ministry website, CassandraMacMinistries.com, click on the link that says donate and follow the prompts from there. And so again, thank you to those of you who support this ministry and this channel. With that being said, have an amazing day. Let's do our best to be kind, but let's also take our common sense with us and don't let the haters, naysayers, dream slayers, and perpetrators steal your joy, erode your peace, and keep you on the hamster wheel of stress. Take back your power. And when people come to you to provoke you, know that there are some people that don't even merit a conversation. Some people deserve your silence, and some people you can give them a little vowel. You can give them a vowel. You can do Wheel of Fortune on them and give them a vowel. So with that being said, be blessed.